I gotta have it, so I'ma go get it. You're talking about going getting a bunch of money. You know that I'm with it. 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 I had a couple big felonies, but I gotta quit it. And I gotta admit it. They know that I did it. You know that I did it. She know that I did it. Hey, now she wanna lick it, stick it, hit it. I hit it and quit it. Hey, I know you can dig it. Hey, cause that's how I did it. Hey, it's all about money, power, and respect it. Yeah, I gotta let 'em. I'm not the big or the little man. I'm the one in the middle. Yeah, the one in the middle. I'm that one in the middle. That nigga that never ever told. The one in the middle. That nigga that never ever sold his soul. Never fuck my niggas hoe. Never ran off on a plug. They'll say I never stole. Cashed out every load. Real niggas really hold. I got robbed by my plug and I got set up by my man. Nigga came in shooting. I ain't even understand. I ain't never took a stand. I ain't never said a word. By the duck or a bird. By the truck on a curb. I done struck every nerve. Nigga, fuck what you heard. I done sold everything. Mary Jane, cocaine, credit dames to a lane. 20 things on the train. Way too much to explain. I got the game in my pocket. I turn my name to a profit. Bought me a chain and a locket. Beat this good game from a profit. It ain't no way you can stop it. I'm like that flame on a rocket. Put that on Jesus Christ, Buddha, Dalai Lama, and Elijah Muhammad. I am a sock. I gotta have it, so I'ma go get it. You're talking about going getting a bunch of money. You know that I'm with it. Yeah, you know that I'm with it. You know that I'm with it. I had a couple big felonies, but I gotta quit it. And I gotta admit it. They know that I did it. You know that I did it. She know that I did it. Hey, now she wanna lick it, quick and sticky. I hit it and quit it. I know you can dig it, cause that's how I did it. I got a partner by the name of Gato. That nigga is solid. That nigga hopped straight up out the damn feds and went back to college. Now he got the knowledge. Now we got the knowledge. Talking big money. The women and weed is exotic. Yeah, we so more dope than the CVS. And my baby mama CTS. Got my decoy in the DTS. Getting followed by the DPS. We do not broadcast to the public, cause we do not work for no PBS. Know some bitches who be snatching kids. They do not work for the CPS. My GPS is a BCS. But on a cool you gon' see me less. If you see me, I be with my kids and you gon' see me blessed and never see me stressed. I am the OG of rapping, been rapping since niggas had beamers on BBS. I don't need them at the rock jury, still I'ma shine like a VVS. I put the elder in cheddar, I put the island in dollar, I put the elder in better, I put the island in scholar. Look, I got it group back to Stella. Look, watch when I leave, they gon' follow. Yeah, I got the hood by the collar. Look, bet when I ski, she gon' swallow. I am Kamala. I gotta have it, so I'ma go get it. You're talking about going getting a bunch of money. You know that I'm with it. Yeah, you know that I'm with it. You know that I'm with it. I had a couple big felonies, but I gotta quit it. And I gotta admit it. They know that I did it. You know that I did it. She know that I did it. Hey, now she wanna lick it, quick and sticky. I hit it and quit it. I know you can dig it, cause that's how I did it.
Peace. You good. You live.
Peace, everybody.
We live? Peace and paradise. Peace and paradise to all American Aborigines. Chief Holidays in the building. We got the background king, Reginald Green in the building. And the cyborg Todd Data in the building. Peace, guys. What y'all got going on, man? And as always, man, peace and love to all the folks, Americans, aka American Aborigines, aka the great ones, man. Shout out to y'all, man. Don't never let nobody tell you you're not the greatest of all time, man. We are the greatest human beings of all time. And that's just what it is, man. And so we don't even have to we got a lot to be proud of, y'all. You know what I'm saying? And the title, the bill we about to do today, right? It's kind of, to me, it's the origin of our psychological impediment. You know, this is the psychological damage that we're under. You know what I'm saying? And this is what we're dealing with as a people. We're dealing with the source of this psychological damage, right? A lot of times, in order to defeat something or to change it or make something better, right? You have to find out the origin of it and to solve a problem, right? In order to cure something like a disease or something like that, right? You have to get to the origin of the problem, right? So for me, getting into the mindset, right? Because it's only a mindset, right? It's a mindset that comes from academia, right? So-called science, right? Scientists, who come up with their narrative, so to speak, right? So whatever the science that they're finding, they can still put their spin on it. They even create words, right, to describe or to categorize whatever they find. And they'll find something somewhere and say, oh, but this right here, they'll come up with a whole new name for it, right? Like it's some, like it's a new species of human or whatever, right? They'll be like, well, this is an Australoid. Or, you know what I'm saying? And so then it'll confuse you, like this is like a different type of person. You know what I'm saying? But what we're talking about 1800s, late 1800s science, right? Or an agenda that was set, right? Now we say eugenics, right? But eugenics comes from Darwinism. Darwinism is people who believe in the theory of evolution. Now, keyword in Darwinism is theory of evolution. It's the theory of evolution, right? The only problem with this whole theory of evolution is that people take it as a fact. We take it as a fact. We socially take the theory of evolution as a fact, right? And so people who teach evolution, right? Shout out to Uncle Kent, Amara Squad, but he teaches Darwinism. He's a Darwinist. Darwin is their master teacher, y'all. You have to understand this. Darwin is their master teacher. Okay? So this system of science, of theories and stuff come from these people, right? Well, it has an agenda on it, right? The agenda that puts them into social, political, economic power, just based off of the theory of evolution, right? Now, the theory of evolution is basically, right? This is basically what it is, right? They call it survival, natural selection, survival of the fittest, right? That means that the dominant person should survive over the recessive person, right? But in their paradigm, the most fully evolved man would be the Caucasian man. Check this out. Evolved from the monkey to us, to them. See how this works? That's their theory of evolution. That man evolved from monkeys, from an ape, right? And they want to go back and forth and they say, oh no, we don't say monkey, we say ape. It's a great ape. But the problem is you don't have bones for this so-called great ape that you're talking about. That's how this works. You don't have a bone for it. So they're creating a narrative, right, around a created Bigfoot. You understand what I'm saying? You don't have nothing to prove that these creatures existed, but they're going to put this out there like we evolved from this creature that's been on the planet for millions of years. They say go back about 25, 30 million years. This is what their science is saying. Now, they don't have the bones and things for these people, but they have evidence that they lived and they ate food and this and that and the third or whatever, right? So the theory of evolution says that man evolved from an ape, may have evolved, may have common ancestry with this great ape. This is what they're saying, right? Now, the problem with that is they don't have, that's a theory, but they teach it as a fact. and they socially push it in the universities, in the middle schools, high schools, so on and so forth, right? They push this agenda that's a eugenic agenda, okay? It's eugenics, okay? Anybody that's pushing Darwinism, pushing the theory of evolution, is pushing Margaret Sanger M's agenda on our people. I'm going to say this again. People who believe in the theory of evolution and Darwinism are eugenicists, okay? It's as simple as that. There's no more to play with them. And these same people, like Unc, who's a self-professed real black atheist, right? But he believes in a doctrine that comes from the church. Y'all get how stupid that is? You're an atheist, but you believe in the theory of evolution. Has been a fact. And they teach it as been a fact. Now, what they saying is that ape creature in man started in Africa. And that man, that ape or man came out of Africa. Now, this hasn't made the theory stage. This is still in the hypothesis stage. Dig that? It's a hypothesis stage, right? So a hypothesis hasn't even made it to the theory stage yet. It's before you get to the theory, you have a guess. We're going to guess a hypothesis that man may have evolved from Africa and then left out of Africa couple 100,000 years ago, right? This is what they say. And they say they have some science to kind of prove that, but it's still a hypothesis, it's not a fact. The problem is that these guys teach it like it's a fact. That's the problem that we're having right now. So, oh my God.
Chief, you want me to chime in some?
So, Reginald, you there? You there, bro?
Yeah, I'm here. I've been listening the whole time.
Huh?
I said, do you want me to chime in some or wait till you finish?
What you bringing up?
I said, you want me to chime in some or you want me to finish? Wait till you finish. On what you just said about the monkey.
What'd you say, bro?
I'm gonna come back in and come back out. Come back in. Me now? You can hear me now, Chief?
Yeah, you good.
I don't know if it's you breaking up or me.
He good. Yeah, he good on my end. You good on my end.
Oh, maybe Chief, you have to come back in and out. You hear me, Chief? But peace to the chat. To everybody in the chat. But what would I don't know what Chief was talking about the monkey theory. But if they about the homeboy that believe in all that we started from apes and come out of Africa, but he don't believe in the Bible. Where I just put it like this. If he believe he an ape, then let that ape motherfucker go back to where he from. If he think he from Africa, let him go back to Africa and think about that shit and climb them trees if they even have any trees and eat bananas, which they like to do. They like to eat bananas, which they say they start from apes and shit. But they could go back to eat everything. And then shoot, that's probably why some of their ass be acting wild and crazy. Cause they probably is. Some of them probably started from 8. We never know. If they believe in that theory, then it must be true for them. They must be started from 8s. They must have been hybrid animals.
Hey, hey, Reginald, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can
Okay.
hear you. Yeah, I can hear you. Chief just got back in. But I was just saying, shit, if they think they from
But the effects
you say what?
is actually the
I couldn't hear
well,
you.
no. The title is the effects. The title is the effects of Darwinism. Okay, the
Yeah, I
effects
know, I
of it.
know. I know the
The
effect of
effects of
that.
it. Okay,
Well,
the
shoot, we have a
effects
lot of
of telling this. Right.
yeah. We have the scientists
So
that
this
had
is something that I hear a lot of Aboriginals talk about. But hold on 1 second. I gotta finish though. I gotta finish.
oh no, I'll let you finish.
Can you hear me?
I'm just trying to hear what you're
Oh,
saying.
okay.
I'm
Oh,
letting
okay.
you
Yeah.
finish, but
So
I'm trying to hear
uh,
you.
uh, yeah, a lot of the times, uh, you hear a lot of Aboriginals, including myself, especially Chief Holiday, talk about what the Darwinism does and how it falls into eugenics and it's all these little claims about it, but we never really show no real evidence. We never really show no real cases on it. We never really emphasize on what we mean. You know what I'm saying? It's not to say our you know what I'm saying, it's not to say what we saying don't have velocity, but it's just saying it's never shown. You see what I'm saying? So now, people get the opportunity to show the effects of Darwinism and how does it work? Sublimity, how does it work?
Yeah, Ty,
Culturally
you just breaking
and
in
the
and out.
effects of it. So we're gonna kind of go down that road also. I'm gonna wait till I get to the house.
Oh, okay. But then yeah,
Can you hear
the
me?
effect.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
I'm
can
gonna
hear
wait
you
till I get to the
clearly.
house.
Oh, you driving to the house right now?
Oh, okay, yeah, I'll wait till I
Yeah.
get to the house if
It
I'm breaking
just
up.
the
Yeah.
effect of it because I like you said, nobody never showed no proof. I'm still waiting on proof that humans came from and then they say we all mammal
No, I'm talking about
were
the
due to
proof,
our
the
people.
effects, the
You
effects, the
breaking
proof of the effects. Because,
yeah, they ain't got no fat. They don't have no fat. They
right.
been talking about
You know,
They've been talking about this for a very long time, and I'm still waiting on them to show me a living monkey that they turned to human because it should be still going on today. Each
hold on. Let me see. Maybe I'm not explaining it good enough, or maybe I'm not
not
explaining it good.
not because you cutting in and out. Let me
I'm I'm saying like you understand that we talking. No, it's me. I'm almost home. Just go ahead. I'm almost home.
oh I thought it was me. I was gonna
It's
say let
probably
me
yeah. It's me, probably.
yeah, but go on. I'm gonna try to pick up
You
everything
good?
what
You
you
good? It's
saying.
probably me.
I was gonna say just go on. I'm gonna pick up what you saying.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna need a couple more minutes because I'm still driving. It's gonna be choppy.
Oh, but what I was saying though, they think this is a planet of the apes. Like I still like I said, they uh they think the monkey effect has on everybody. It's like a planet of the apes. Still,
And that ain't.
you said what?
No, you good. You good.
Yeah, that's what they think. Like We monkeys, we've been slaves, and we not the real humans of this earth. That's what they basically trying to say. We monkey, we slave, they create like they said we being created. But it's in reverse. They been the other people being created. We haven't. They been enslaved. We haven't. We always been here millions of years. It just somebody came. It just that person came up with this theory talking about this monkey shit, and still haven't shown no proof. But I can show you proof that the other side of people come from animals, little babies with tail, pig tails, monkey tail, every type of tail you could think of. But I ain't seen not one Aboriginal melanin dark person have a tail. If that was true, show me proof that we have tail. Cause I'm sure, pretty sure you'll see pictures out there, multiple ones. But we should get one of those one of those people to come on the panel, Ty. Those people who believe in that Darwin junk.
Yeah, yeah,
Maybe
yeah. I'm at the house now, but yeah, if they want to,
yeah, maybe Let's cause Let's talk about that shit. Rob Bourne.
let's got a debate tonight. Let's got a debate tonight.
Oh shoot. Oh AP? He do
Yeah.
oh shoot. On this channel, huh? And you doing it on yours as well? I'm talking about recorded on
No,
yours?
no, it's gonna be on AP channel. Yeah, yeah. The link's in the back chat, you guys. The link in the Tribe Up Community back chat. So anybody want to come on, check this out. But what we talking about is we talking about the effects. You hear a lot of people talk about, including myself, especially Chief Holiday, and scattered, scattered throughout the community. We talk about, how Darwinism and how the Africa theory, how it's attached to eugenics, and when there's all these psychological effects. The thing about it is that it sounds good saying that, but we never really show no cases. We never really show no proof, and we never really show, any evidence about, the effects of telling your kids that, you were a monkey, and then you were an ape, and then you built some pyramids, and you were a slave, and then you became Michael Jordan. You see what I'm saying? So, right. That's pretty much what what I'm saying. That's pretty much our overall history of what most people teach. And so I don't really think people really understand the psychological part of that. You see what I'm saying? But people try to twist it, but it was if well, we the first people, and we built the best pyramids, and they usually take that and they usually run with it. You see what I'm saying? But when you flip the script, or when they tell their people, it's a totally different script of what they tell their people, and what they push to their people, and we continually to push. We slaves, and we can play basketball, and we built some pyramids, and that's pretty much all we got to go off of. And so keep hearing that generation after generation and pushing that generation after generation. Whether it helps you, it's gonna have an effect. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna have an effect. And so, we gonna kind of break some of that down. And Chief Holiday get into that, get into that a lot. And I don't get into it too much, but I talk about it. But I wanted Chief to show some effects, to show some of these cases, to show, and improve some of this psychological, twisted shit about going around teaching our kids that we come from monkeys, and then we built some pyramids and we were slaves. So we really ain't got nothing too great besides the pyramids. Uh, you know, according to what I'm saying, according to popular belief or whatever. Because we
But
don't.
yeah, Todd, you sound good right now. I'm talking about as in coming in, like earlier. Like earlier, you sounded scramble up. Now you sound much better. You must be at home.
Yeah, I'm at the crib. Yeah.
Oh, but yeah. But one question I want to ask them: if we all came from apes, who we mutated with to become human beings? Because we can't just go from apes and just climb trees and then all of a sudden we just turn to a human being. In that case, shit, there'll still be monkey turn to humans right now. Apes.
I don't know. I don't know. We can go elaborate that on. We can what I'm saying, go with that all day. But what about the effects of it? I mean, what you about 20, 25? What about 27
Yeah,
or something?
I've been hearing about that even in my science class when I took science in high school. The only thing I did was fall asleep on them. Every time they talking about we come from apes, whales, and shit. I be always saying, well, where the next set of humans come from, whales and apes and stuff. Where they at? Show me some proof. You ain't got no proof. I don't need we don't need to talk about. I usually go to sleep. They used to get mad at me.
Okay, hold on. We're about to go in for a couple minutes and then we're gonna shut it down. Cause yeah. So but I'm getting to the computer so that way we can show and approve, show some of the things. But does it have an effect? I mean, do you think they have an effect on the?
On our
But
people, no,
yeah,
they get mad when they hear people say we come from monkeys and shit. I
no,
remember when I first, nah, for real. Our own people get mad when even the ones that don't know they aboriginal, cause they get mad when people say we come from we come from monkeys and all that shit. They get mad as hell. Like how the fuck we come from monkeys when we ain't got no tail? We don't see no monkey running around that's turning into humans
well,
now.
the monkey went to an ape. The monkey transferred the monk. What a monkey supposed to transferred into an ape, and then the ape transferred into an African, and then the African
I
transferred
don't know how you can
supposedly
transfer.
transferred into a European.
I don't know how you transfer
So
into Africa.
basically, the ape did. The ape transferred into an African, and then the African transferred into a European. So
Hey,
basically, so basically, the African was just a vessel for the European to get here. That's basically what they're saying. They're basically saying what the African is just a monkey creature for them to get here. They were what God was really trying to create, and so it had to go through this process, and in the process it left behind some species, you know, some slaveable species to get them here and shit. So the African is not they basically saying the African is nothing more than a vessel uh, for them. You see what I'm saying? So
yeah.
this is pretty much what they're saying. And so uh, another generation on the monkey theory was, I mean, hey, what are you gonna do? But
This stuff I ain't gonna lie, Ty. This stuff is even played out even to the youth. Like they even ask the question: if we supposed to be for monkeys and shit, how come we ain't turning into one? I remember I had a European teacher, actually an English teacher. Actually, it was my English
well,
professor.
well, what see the show is not about whether we did or not. It's about the effects
Yeah, the
of
effect. But I'm just
telling your
saying,
youth,
like
telling your people that you
like
get
a
the
lot
effects
of
of growing up believing that you come from a monk. That's
yeah, I'm saying a lot of people take that into anger. Like that's the one of the effect. Like people take that to anger. Like that's something that most I even see like in most cases, you talk to somebody out the street and say you tell them about their dog wisdom and all this, they will get mad at you for even mention that they people come from monkeys. Cause
okay. Run
no
down.
nobody huh?
No, go ahead. You good?
No, I was saying because like because don't nobody believe in that because they don't have no theory because people now saying showing the proof.
Right,
That's what
right.
everybody's saying.
So
Show
showing
me
the
the
proof.
proof.
Chief, where you at? Showing the proof that this has psychological, damage, or there's some psychological bullshit. Showing the proof. Now, I don't know where Chief at, so if he ain't here, then we just gonna run it down because this is his shit.
Yeah,
But let's
let's
give a
go
shout out
ahead
to
and run it now.
let's give a shout out to the chat room. We got a original king in the building, King Rod in the building, Joe 47. What up? How you been? We got Professor you in the building. Keep project. The links in the chat if you guys want to come in. Links in the back chat. We got Rainmaker and Jones in the building. How you been? You've been gone for a minute. Um, for outside help. What's up? What's up? What's up? Born free.
Libra,
Crush the legend. Libra out there. Libra, the links in the
yeah.
back.
You got Ian Jones,
Yeah. Quentin. We got Quentin in the building. We got
King Ra.
we got Cherokee in the building.
What up? What
Michael
up?
Robinson. We got
You
Chris
got
Stacks
you
in the
got
building.
you got your channel Charbel channel up too?
Oh, nope. Who else we got out there? Boom.
Oh,
So we doing a rundown. We got Turtle Niji up in there. What up? Woke sister ain't been around for a while. How you been? Be busy in the building. What up? Bo Blues in the building. Uh, salute to the original Americans. We got Mark Fault in the building. We got Brother Roman Wolf in the building. What's up? What's up? What's up? Well, I guess Chief Holiday ain't here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to talk for a little bit. We got Blue in the building. What up, man? You got to hit me up. Hit me up. And then we just going to go ahead and get out of here because I can't, I'm not going to be here for no hours.
yeah, I
Yeah,
understand that.
so basically what you're looking at on the screen is you're looking at the story that's pretty much that we have to tell to our youth and what we've been telling them. And so the the cycle that we're trying to break is that this theory is not 100% foolproof, and so it's just so telling this to our kids, does this have a psychological effect on our kids? You're basically telling them that you went from a monkey to some type of ape creature, and then you went from an African. And then basically what you guys did is you guys built some very fancy pyramids, and basically then you guys were slaves, and then you guys just became these great athletes. And it's supposed to be that's why you're a good athlete, is because you are part of a monkey species, and you were built for slavery. So that's why you guys can hit baseballs really good, and that's why you guys can dance and sing and shit, because that's all you guys can do. We can't, you can't build a rocket ship and go to the moon or whatever. Only thing you guys can do is you guys can do these little athletic things because your monkey species is very athletic. And so this is the story, and this is kind of the narrative that we're psychological painting for our kids. And so whether it helps you or whether it's not for you, if you do count this as your truth, then that actually kind of becomes a belief. You know what I'm saying? It kind of becomes your belief, because it's not 100% true. And so, like me growing up, I remember going to the park one time, and we had this little field trip, and it was mainly, Caucasian people, and it was a, sprinkled, a couple of mixed people, and, a couple melanated people. And we had this slavery retreat thing where it was late at night, and they was chasing us, these things, or I don't know what it was. Some people was chasing us, and we had to make it to one shack. And this was all set up by our park. It was Northeast Park, by the way, Northeast Minneapolis, Northeast Park, and so it was supposed to be like what it was like to be a slave and stuff like that. So I'm a little young at this time, and I went there, and it was sort of kind of fun because it was spooky, and it was girls there, and they would like hold your hand really tight. It was dark at night, and it was way out in the country. So the little experience was kind of fun for us because we got away from our normal activities. And after, some people got caught. Some people tried to run another direction, and they got like fell in some water and shit. And I was with the group that didn't get caught. So we made it to the other place or whatever. So afterwards, this Caucasian gentleman comes up, and he began to tell us this story. Now, what he told us is that, he basically told us that, we evolved from apes over in Africa, and then, the Asian people lived in like desert places, and they had to squint their eyes, so therefore their eyes became squinted. And then he said, white people come from colder regions, and that's why they have whiter skin. And he began to break this story down, and this story stuck with me. This story stuck to me because I never had anybody explain anything, any type of situation of why we got here. So it made complete sense to me, growing up, because nobody never really took the time to explain anything different. I never really questioned it. I just assumed it. And even growing into some of my adult years, it was just something you didn't really question. And it was just part of the normal American culture believing this. And so, but I never could understand, but my first time when I questioned it is when I started seeing, Asian people pop up in the cold. And I started realizing, like, I'm started putting together, like, don't you think Asian people are actually more equipped for the cold? You see what I'm saying? So I started questioning that. And that was the first time I started questioning it. But, and then I went from, okay, if Asian people are cold people, because they said they was from deserts, and I didn't really understood, like, what do you mean the desert? Like, they just was in deserts, and they had to, and I started making my own little theory. So for some reason I placed Asian people in the cold, and then I placed us in the heat, like the story goes. But I never had a placement for European people, so I was always trying to figure out, okay, well, if Asian people come from the cold, and then we come from the supposedly hot, then where did the European come from? So for, a small time of my adult years, I carried that around with me, like trying to figure out, where these people come from, because according to my calculations, we came from the ape, and then the sun got us dark, and then it got cold, and that sprung Asian people. And I could never figure out where the Europeans fit in. And so that's the beginning of me questioning this theory. I'm trying to figure out how to fit them in. It didn't really have a effect on my life, whether I made certain choices or anything like that. But, growing up thinking I came from a monkey, and I evolved to, this rough and tough species, I owned it, and and we used it for our benefit. So we would tell people, boy, I'll go ape shit on you. You know what I'm saying? I got a slave grip where I can rip your throat out. You know what I'm saying? So being young, we would use our, our background, and we would make it cool and shit. Yeah, man, I can, I beat all four of y'all up. I'm a I'm a full blown slave around this motherfucker. I could pick up that house. You know what I'm saying? So we would use it to benefit. And even sometimes in arguments, we would say things like, well, we were the first people here. And it's usually all, and I started to notice when I started playing the PlayStation, and on the PlayStation network, we would always get into it. We were, a group of us melanated brothers, white boys would come in and they would be racist. And I noticed two things. I noticed all of our arguments as our young brothers, all our arguments was the same. And so we all had the same tunnel ass arguments. Every time they say something, right on cue, we had these words that we all say, and we never really had anything different to say other than, we were the first people here, and we're great at basketball, and all these little one-liner punches. And I began to start questioning the theory a lot more, and started trying to see the theory as how they see it, because they the ones who used to be like, you guys are monkeys, you guys are not, so hearing them, because we would own up to being a monkey and own up to being a slave, and we would try to make it seem tough and try to make it seem cool. But when we get in these PlayStation arguments with these white people, to them, they would be like, you guys are monkeys, you guys eat dookie. I mean, they would, they would bring it to us. You see what I'm saying? They would bring it to us. And so only arguments we got was, yeah, I'll beat you up in a fight, and we were the first people here. So that's when it first started taking the effect on me. You know what I'm saying? Because I couldn't stand up for my people like I wanted to on PlayStation Network when the white boys get on and they racist as hell and they be on there, you know what I'm saying? And some of them be good as hell. You know what I'm saying? You playing Call of Duty, they killing your whole squad and shit. You know what I'm saying? The best thing I set up some booby traps, and I get me a little lucky kill on my booby trap. You know what I'm saying? I was one of them type of dudes. I'd get you with a couple of booby traps and shit. But anyway, and so that's when it started to take effect, because now, I'm living in a world where going around trying to be cool, saying you a monkey, man, I'll go ape shit on these people and trying to make this monkey shit look cool. You know what I'm saying? That shit wasn't cutting it. It wasn't cutting it on PlayStation. So I had to get more clever, and I had to think a little more harder. I had to get a little more. I wanted to hurt their goddamn feelings. I want them to, when they hear a black person on here, I want them motherfuckers to not even say nothing. You better pretend you my friend until the end. You see what I'm saying? That's what I wanted. So then I began to look into the theory a little bit more. Shit started falling apart. And now I began to not find a place for them. So now we don't really know. So even if the theory is real, it still kind of don't make sense that they in it. You know what I'm saying? I will put Asians in it before I put them in it. So that was where I started, kind of going in on that. And everybody who played the PlayStation, or the Xbox, them little young white boys come on there, and they come on there racist as shit. You know what I'm saying? And this is what your kids are going up against when they out there playing their PlayStation, when they trapped in their room and they playing their PlayStations. They over there getting cussed out, and some of these dudes be grown ass men. So what I would do when they started, I would start rapping my shit. You know what I'm saying? Instead of just saying my little insults, I would get to rapping my insults and shit. So that would throw a little twist. You know what I'm saying? Nintendo 64. Yeah, y'all didn't have a network on Nintendo 64 though. But when PlayStation, I think it was PlayStation 3 that first came out with the network where you can talk to people and shit like that. But I got to rapping my shit. And then sometimes when you rapping your shit, you can't really control what you be saying. And I be saying some slick ass shit, and I be like, oh, that was dope. So then that would get me thinking, So then that's what kind of made me realize, like, man, you know what I'm saying? That's what kind of put me on track of questioning all this bullshit. You know what I'm saying? That PlayStation 3, you know what I'm saying? See, man, Squabble know what I'm saying. The PlayStation 3 in the lobby, You know what I'm saying? You waiting for the game to start. Right before the game start, any niggers in here? Any niggers in here? I mean, them white boys be going in, but them motherfuckers pretend to be my friend when they see my motherfucking icon. And see, a lot of you older people and a lot of people don't know this is what our kids are going through. You see what I'm saying? And this theory right here is trapping them. Okay, it's trapping them in this mindset, and they have to try their best to make themselves look cool as a fucking monkey and as a fucking slave and a motherfucker who can't do shit but dunk a fucking basketball and do some dance moves. Okay, this is a psychological effect on all of us. I went through it. You know what I'm saying? And what it did, it turned into, you know what I'm saying? It turned into hate for this world. Okay, it turned into hate for this world. Fuck this world. You know what I'm saying? It don't turn into no fucking self-hate or no real shit like that. We hate every motherfucking thing. Ain't no person out there just gonna hate no one motherfucking self and gonna hate. That shit doesn't exist. That's some weird ass shit. That's some weird ass cult shit that they made up. So people that get out of line, they question them. They say, "Oh, you're an agent." They say, "Oh, you self-hate." There ain't no such thing as no shit like that when it comes to us. We hate every motherfucking thing. We hate all the motherfuckers because I was one of them. I ain't like none of y'all motherfuckers. White people, black people. I'm fed up with all the motherfuckers. You see what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck what the hell you call yourself. You know what I'm saying? And so this carried out, and that's part of the effect. That's part of that effect. Because it couldn't give me the room, and it couldn't give me the firepower that I wanted to, because the white boys was stinging the shit out your ass when you up there, and they got all this shit that they talking about, and you can see, you know what I'm saying. And then when we go down the shit, and we can kind of see how they was raised. You see what I'm saying? When we look and we see how they was raised, and we get kings and queens. We get shit that they can actually relate to. You see what I'm saying? If you can look at these pictures, white boys can relate to that shit. Okay? Man, I cannot relate to, you know what I'm saying? As an adult, I can. But as a kid, I cannot relate to no motherfuckers on no goddamn Miro. As a kid, I cannot relate to no motherfucking Egyptians, bro. You know what I'm saying? I want some shit that I can relate to. Our kids need some shit that they can relate to right today. If you got to go way back to ancient Egypt, if you got to go way back to Olmec to actually see some relatable shit, we psychologically fucked up. It's psychologically fucking us up. You know what I'm saying? They over here, you know what I'm saying? They get to relate to fucking Superman and shit. You know what I'm saying? They get to relate to the kings and queens. Oh yeah, these mud people just here. So they was just a vessel. You know what I'm saying? They was just a vessel to create us. And God wanted us. We were the sinner. We was the people. And so now that we're kings, and now that we're queens, and now that we're super people, you know what I'm saying? It is our duty, and it is our, rightfully honor to rule over the mud people. I mean, the white boys used to go in, bro. That shit used to hurt sometimes. You know what I'm saying? And so when we try to clap back at them, we ain't got nothing but you either a hunky, a pack of wood. We might try to come up with some the brothers from the South got some cool shit. You know what I'm saying? They come up with some cool shit. We could sting their ass back because we would come up with some shit, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to firing back. But that shit didn't sting, though. That shit didn't sting because we ain't had no science on our side. We ain't had no fucking scholars on our side. We ain't had motherfuckers out here like A1 them and Chief Holiday them out here putting in this motherfucking work. We ain't had people like that on our side. Now, let some of these little kids, let some of them little white boys come in the chat room with young, you know what I'm saying, with little brothers like Light Paul and them. They gonna get their ass the fuck out of there. You know what I'm saying? Let them come in the chat room with Reginald Green and some of the little young brothers, young Joshua and shit like that. You see what I'm saying? Oh, he on that. Original King. You know what I'm saying? This motherfucker's playing the PlayStation right now. You know what I'm saying? Stinging the shit out their ass. You know what I'm saying? That's because they know. That's because they know. That's because they, you know what I'm saying? The white boys be clueless as hell of what type of angles and what type of shit. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta understand the psychological part and the parts with when we talking to our kids and the stuff that we be accepting. Because me personally, yeah, I'm a grown adult. I'm 39, so I could relate to some pyramids now. I could relate to some people on the walls now. I can, okay. But as a, you know what I'm saying, as a young adult or as a teenager, man, I couldn't relate to that shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? If you could have came to me at 15 with some motherfucking Miro or some Omax or a Miro or some ancient Egypt, man, I'm gonna be like, I can't relate to that shit. These motherfuckers got Superman. They turn on the TV, they got kings and queens and they're in their fucking families and shit. Oh yeah, you ever hear some of them do their genealogy and shit? Oh yeah, man, you know, my great grandfather Archbishop Chief Wiki and shit. He was a goddamn scholar who found the transformer and shit. I mean, they be having shit like that in their background. And we trapped in the box with a monkey, some pyramids, and some goddamn basketball players, bro. Like that's all y'all equipping y'all young people with when y'all out here preaching this shit to y'all. Y'all out here preaching this shit to them. Y'all putting them in a fucking box and it's hard to get out. And sometimes that shit hurt because you can't get out. You ain't got shit else to say, but nigga, we were first. Nigga, we'll beat you up and we could dump a basketball and we got rap music. If you ain't saying no shit, that shit is tiring, bro. Them white boys be killing they, you know what I'm saying? But nowadays, I don't know what they be doing though. Nowadays, what I know, if I was a white boy, I would not want to bump into Nino G. You know what I'm saying? I would not want to bump into a young Lipo on the PlayStation Network. You know what I'm saying? I know that. You know what I'm saying? I would rather bump into one of the monkey motherfuckers. I could trap their ass in a monkey box. And you gonna accept that shit and you gonna try your best to make that shit look cool. So the only thing you gonna do, you gonna talk about how you gonna beat me up or talk about how you can dance or talk about how you could dunk a basketball and that shit and them white boys gonna eat your motherfucking soul up and you gonna be another motherfucker who hate the whole damn planet and ready to smack somebody the fuck up, you know what I'm saying? Just like most of us is. So definitely the effect is real. You know what I'm saying? I went through it. Like I say, I went through it, and I'm pretty sure if you on PlayStation Network, I'm pretty sure, you know what I'm saying, you go through it too. And a lot of people, as grown adults, we don't live in that world no more. You know what I'm saying? We don't live in that world no more. So we don't know thou what thou do when we talking about we come from a monkey. We don't know what box we put our kids in when we talking about we coming from a goddamn monkey. You don't know what the fuck you're saying, bro. And you don't know the effects for what you're saying that shit. You see what I'm saying? So I just want people, you know what I'm saying? I just want people to understand this shit on a deeper level. I would like to go in, you know what I'm saying, and not be so personal. But look at the shit. Look at the relatable shit. A 7-year-old little boy can relate to a king and queen. Can relate to a 8-star general or some shit of the goddamn king or queen, can relate to Superman and shit like that. You see what I'm saying? The only superheroes we got is the ones that give us. And it ain't even about the superheroes. It's about the relationship. It's about being able to relate. Now, if you now, how many people? Now you look what their stories, what they're be saying. Now, how many people can tell their 6-year-old boy to relate to that? To relate to a mirror. They're gonna be like, the fuck is that? You know what I'm saying? They're gonna be like, what's that? You know? And then you got people that's chained up, look like some Moors done captured them or some shit, and they like, and ain't no kids gonna be related. You gonna make your kids relate to that, bro? Look at you. They took us to chain us up. Look at your history. Okay? This shit is bigger than what y'all think it is, bro. And we out here fighting this shit. You know what I'm saying? And motherfuckers don't even recognize it because they on some political shit. You know? And then I know everybody can relate to Michael Jordan shit. That's the most flashy shit we could. That's the most dopest comeback we can get when we on PlayStation Network. You know what I'm saying? Look at Larry Bird, clumsy ass. We go in on Larry Bird, Andre the Giant, ugly ass, and you know what I'm saying? We on some shit like that. That's our little comeback. Them white boys eating your ass alive out there. All y'all kids that believe in that monkey shit, they out there getting their ass ate the fuck up by white people. If they own PlayStation Network, I guarantee. You know what I'm saying? Um, who else in the chat? Because I'm finna go ahead and head out. We out here. Let me see. So yeah. But yeah, that's what it is, man. Definitely check that out. But stay tuned, you know what I'm saying? I believe the debate should be going down. You know what I'm saying? We own Chief Holiday gone. He tricked me and shit. But it's all good. It's all good. So yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here, man. Start my little day. Hopefully they be having a little debate tonight. You know what I'm saying? No AP channel. Lex Vortex is gonna be chopping it up with AP. You know what I'm saying? Everybody know Les Vortex. Les Vortex tricky as hell, and he's an OG. You know what I'm saying? You know, AP, he got booked. So a lot of people don't know AP. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people's trying to wait to see what he gonna pull out. You know what I'm saying? What he gonna do? What he gonna pull out? So is he gonna shock the world? You know what I'm saying? Is he gonna fold up? You know what I'm saying? Is he gonna fall into Lex little traps and shit? Man, this shit gonna be dope. So I see y'all over there AP channel a little bit later. You know what I'm saying? So I'm out of here. Peace to the chat. We out of here, man. Be careful what the fuck you saying, man. Stop putting our kids in those boxes, bro.